Hello again, it's Dusty Thunder, and I have an update for a previous AITA story. This is an update for the Will I Be the Astronaut for Suing My Daughter-in-Law. You remember, the one where the daughter-in-law stole 17 grand? Yeah, that one. Thank you all for your feedback. I got many requests for an update, so here goes. We were utter and completely shocked with our son's nonchalant way of handling this and at a loss. We desperately wanted to fight for our son, but since initial confrontation he had been avoiding us, we decided we would take the advice and call the police to press charges. However, we wanted to let our son know before doing so. Husband and I decided to show up at his office since he had been ignoring our calls and texts. I know this might sound boundary crossing to some, but we desperately wanted to talk to our son. Initially, he got angry and asked us to leave, but he calmed down and agreed to hear us out. We told him our side of the story, and to say the least, he was shocked. He apologized profusely, cried a little, and begged for forgiveness. He told us he was blinded by love, working 14 hours a day and under the impression we had gifted his girlfriend the money. She lied to him. His girlfriend had apparently told him that we wanted to spoil her as our future daughter-in-law, and that we gave her our carte blanche to buy herself nice things as a way to welcome her to the family, and that we'd since changed our minds on spoiling her and now wanted all the money back knowing she can't afford it. She had told him we did that as a manipulative way to force her out of his life, to try and control him. He was also under the impression she'd spent maybe $3 to $5K and not $17K. He was livid and was actually the one who in the end convinced us to pursue legal action. He actually helped us call the police right then and there at his office after our talk. We then went with him home and helped him pack up all of her stuff before she came home. She wasn't on the lease, living rent-free, so kicking her out was no issue. We offered to stay with him for the blow-up, but he wanted to handle that on his own. From what he's told me, she didn't take this lightly. So our son's ex has now been pressed with charges and we're awaiting further information. Like some of you pointed out, it's a sufficient amount, and she's been pressed with criminal charges. Our bank has also been informed and we're told we'll likely get our money back. She blew up on the entire family, but no one but our other daughter-in-law is taking her side. Other daughter-in-law is a whole story for another time perhaps, but we are now glad to officially announce that we are thief-free in the family. We appreciate all your feedback, advice, and engagement. I don't even know what to say. Of course she wasn't being honest. That's not shocking at all. I'm glad that the son finally agreed to hear them out and heard the whole story, and of course, once he heard their story, knew that she had been lying to him too, and thank goodness he did the right thing and got her out of his life. Or she would have drained his business dry, she would have sent him to jail, like it would have all just ended with everything that he had going up in flames. So, yes, he had to go through some pain to make this happen, but it's avoiding ruin for the rest of his life, so it was a necessary pain. And here's a great example of when people give feedback on AITA stories, it actually helping to save people's lives. Happy endings might be rare in the world of AITA, but look at that. We found one.